All communities participate, where we Brij and Padma.
The Honorable Prime Minister, Mr. Sitiveni Rambuka, Dr. Padma Narsi Lal, Yogi, Neeraj, and the entire Lal family. Honorable Ministers, Agni Dev Singh, Shashi Kiran, Honorable Members of Parliament, Brij's many friends from around the world and in Fiji, colleagues, and the people of Fiji. This is truly an emotional occasion, yet it is highly symbolic because it permanently buries oppression being endured for the last 16 years in this country. It elevates the coalition governments and the Honorable Prime Minister Sitiveni Rambuka's most important principle of full restoration and total respect for fundamental rights and freedom. It is about justice being done to a couple and family that became the first and only Fiji-born citizens or former Fiji citizens to be exiled from the land of their birth. Fiji's most famous historian, by any stretch of the imagination, an internationally acclaimed and the preeminent historian on Girmit or indenture, as we were told by Dr. Lal from his Super Point home by the military under the command of the then Prime Minister Frank Bainimarama. We were also told that Professor Lal was assaulted, spat at, and his spectacles broken. He was expelled from the land of his birth in November 2009, almost 3 years after the military coup of 5th December. 2 months later, in January 2010, Professor Lal's wife, as we were told, was told at Nandi Airport, upon her arrival to resume work as an environmental expert, that she was also prohibited from entering Fiji. 12 years after being banished from the land of their birth, to which Professor Lal brought name and fame through his academic, literary, and works on indenture history, the son of Tabia left us forever on Christmas Day in 2021. We know that Dr. Lal since then wrote to the immigration authorities seeking the removal of the ban on her and her family so that she could undertake and fulfill Professor Lal's final wish of returning to Tabia, to his place of birth, to his final resting place. We all know that Professor Lal and Dr. Lal were victims of cruel and heartless regime and government that ruled Fiji for 16 years. And we know the reason behind this. History is replete with countless acts of oppression, dictatorship, riding roughshod over democracy, and forcing laws down the throats of people. However, that chapter of our history is what Professor Brij Lal couldn't tolerate. For him, the pen was mightier than the sword, and he was a leader in speaking out against tyranny. For upholding the fundamental freedom of speech, as I said earlier, Professor Lal was spitted, his spectacles smashed, sworn at, and many verbal obscenities directed at him in a dark cell. This was an ugly episode in Professor Lal and Dr. Padma Lal and the entire family. Professor Brij Lal paid the ultimate price for his struggles for democracy, rule of law, and ultimate respect for fundamental freedoms and rights. This son of Tabia became an intellectual giant through sheer hard work, honesty, sincerity, and a sense of purpose, because he never forgot his roots. He never forgot who he was. If one didn't know him, you could not tell the international acclaimed professor what he had achieved. He maintained his identity. He was always a boy from Tabia. Simplicity and humility were his greatest gifts. He would sit around the grog bowl, remarkably reducing himself to being just another guy, engaging in conversations and banter synonymous in such a gathering. He would sit cross-legged as a mark of respect inside the home of someone in a squatter or informal settlement, yarning about anything and everything, but at the same time mentally noting the problems faced by residents of such informal settlements, as well as the circumstances that forced them to move there. Professor Lal, with Dr. Padma Lal, played host to many who visited Canberra while he was at the Australian National University. He mentored many who went to ANU for their postgraduate studies. And I can see John Evelyn Roka here. A few took, of course, advantage of his generosity and were extremely malicious because they falsely blamed him for not rewarding their own failures. Professor Lal was unperturbed. He knew that short-term gain was long-term pain. Some of them who castigated him are now in oblivion and nowhere to be seen or heard. And those who heeded his advice, both at the Australian National University and at USP, were and are still serving the nation in their respective roles. Personally, as I said on the day of his funeral on 30th December 2021, I first came into contact with Professor Lal in 1981 at USP when I enrolled as a student. He actually advised me against doing history, which was until then my passion. Instead, he encouraged me to do economics. I thought he was discouraging me, but how right Professor Lal was in determining my future. I mention this because Professor Lal was honest, he cared, he knew what suited me, and he advised me right at the beginning when I entered USP. He knew and perfectly understood the weakness and strengths in an individual, a student, an organization, and the nation. Professor Lal's understanding and appreciation of the pulse of the nation was recognized by none other than the late Justice Jairam Reddy, the leader of the National Federation Party and the leader of the opposition at that time, and one of the finest statesmen of Fiji. He became Mr. Jairam Reddy's nominee to the Constitution Review Commission, headed by former New Zealand Governor-General Sir Paul Reeves and the then SBT government nominee, Tomasi Bakatora. The report evolved into the 1997 Constitution, a product of painstaking negotiation, consensus building, dialogue and perseverance by Justice Jairam Reddy and the then and now our Honorable Prime Minister Sitiveni Rabuka. The 1997 Constitution is part of an indelible history of Fiji as far as genuine reconciliation and building bridges across our multi-ethnic and multi-religious nation is concerned. It is, in many people's view, the only genuine constitution of Fiji, and Professor Lal will be forever associated with it. Fiji has lost an internationally acclaimed historian, the preeminent authority on Girmit, and a man of extraordinary goodwill, humanitarianism, absolute integrity, and loyalty to his motherland. Brij, as we all know, grew up without piped water, without electricity, and by reading week-old copies of the Fiji Times, and yet he became the finest historian that Fiji and the Pacific region has produced. A man who contributed in no small measure to Fiji and shaped its development in the 20th century. A man who recognized and nurtured talent and never abandoned his students. A man who gave careful career advice and embraced the success of his students. A man, till his end, never shirked the value of genuine friendship. A man who stood for genuine democracy, truth, righteousness, and justice. A man whose heart had Fiji emblazoned on it. Those of us who remain after Brij's passing have a duty to carry out the vision Brij had of Fiji. And I want to assure Dr. Padma Lal, the entire Lal family, and the people of Fiji that the coalition government of the Honorable Prime Minister Sitiveni Rabuka will not shirk from Professor Lal's vision. After 16 years of dictatorship and trashing of fundamental rights and freedoms by a government or a two-man rule, our Honorable Prime Minister Sitiveni Rabuka-led People's Alliance, NFP and Sodelpa coalition government had started to break down barriers erected by the former government. Fiji will no longer be a nation at odds with itself. As clearly stated by the Honorable Prime Minister a few days after his election as the Prime Minister of our country. We have started fulfilling Professor Lal's vision of a well-governed, law-abiding country where we care for each other, where we listen to and respect the rights of others, and where we play our part in making all of humanity better. One of the very last publications of Professor Lal was Leveling Wind, Remembering Fiji in 2019. And in one of the chapters of the publication, there is a quote by Professor Lal that best describes his principles, Brij said, and I quote, "I am passionate about the values of democracy and the rule of law, about the sanctity of the ballot box, and if that is being subjective, then I cannot help it. I am a human being first and foremost, an academic second," unquote. Soon, Professor Brij Lal will be farewelled in accordance with his wishes. This is what the son of Tabia wanted, his last wish. He wanted to rest in eternity in the peace and tranquility of his place of birth, and that is Tabia. Goodbye, my dear friend. Rest well and rest in eternal peace. I want to, my friends, say a few words in Hindi before I conclude. भाइयों और बहनों, आज हमें बेहद खुशी भी हो रही है, लेकिन इसके साथ साथ दुख भी हो रही है कि प्रोफेसर लाल, उनकी धर्मपत्नी डॉक्टर पद्मा नारसी लाल, उनके बेटे, उनके बेटी, उनके नाती पोते आज सभी यहाँ पर इस तांबिया गांव में, जहाँ पर उनकी पैदाइश हुई थी, उनकी जो राखी है उसको सरवाने के लिए आज यहाँ पर मौजूद हैं। और ये बहुत ही गौरव की बात है और विशेष बात है कि हमारे माननीय प्रधानमंत्री श्री सितिवेनी रंबुका कोalition सरकार की निर्माण के बाद सबसे पहला निर्णय उन्होंने प्रोफेसर ब्रिज लाल पर जो प्रतिबंध लगाया गया था इस देश में आने के लिए पिछले सरकार बैनीमरामा सरकार द्वारा, उसको उन्होंने पहला कदम में उसको हटाया, क्योंकि वो जानते थे कि प्रोफेसर ब्रिज लाल कौन शख्स थे, इस देश के लिए वो क्या करना चाहते थे। और प्रधानमंत्री सितिवेनी रंबुका उस समय जब विधान को बन रहा था तो उनकी जो अंतर्राष्ट्रीय काबिलियत है उसकी उन्होंने बहुत ही मान्यता दी थी। प्रोफेसर ब्रिज लाल हमारे पूर्वजों की जो इतिहास है भाइयों और बहनों, एकमात्र वही इतिहासकार है जो गिरमिटियों को एक सम्मान आपने किताबों और पुस्तकों द्वारा दिया था। आज हम सभी के लिए और हमारे आने वाली पीढ़ियों के लिए प्रोफेसर लाल की जो किताबें हैं, पुस्तकें हैं, हमारे पूर्वजों की संघर्ष पर, इस देश में गिरमिट प्रथा के अंतर्गत वो क्या क्या संघर्ष किए, कैसे एक भारतीय कौम की जो पहचान है इस देश में उसको बनाए, उसको उन्होंने उस दर्जे तक ले जाकर पहुंचाया जहां आज हम सभी उस बात का अनुभव कर सकते हैं और उसको गौरव कर सकते हैं। मैं फिजी के सभी लोगों से ये कहना चाहता हूं और विशेष करके हमारे जो भारतीय मूल के लोग हैं, क्योंकि पिछले 16 वर्षों में और पिछले 7 या 8 वर्षों में और पिछले चुनाव के समय बहुत से झूठ और साज हमारे प्रधानमंत्री के विषय में, मेरे विषय में, कि अगर कोई नया सरकार आएगा जिसका नेतृत्व प्रधानमंत्री श्री त्रिवेणी रंबुका करेंगे तो भारतीयों का यहाँ सब कुछ खो जाएगा। यही तो कह रहे थे ये लोग। लेकिन आज भाइयों और बहनों, आप खुद देखिए, खुद समझिए कि सबसे पहला निर्णय प्रधानमंत्री रंबुका जी ने ये लिया था कि हमारे माननीय प्रोफेसर ब्रिज लाल को यहाँ पर उनके गांव में तांबिया में लाकर हम आदर सम्मान दें। दूसरा, उन्होंने ये भी घोषणा किया कि इस वर्ष से जो हमारी गिरमिट प्रथा थी उसके लिए एक राष्ट्रीय हॉलिडे होगा। और ये बहुत ही विशेष बात है कि आज हम सभी यहाँ पर प्रोफेसर ब्रिज लाल के सम्मान के लिए, उनके परिवार के सम्मान के लिए उपस्थित हैं और उसके साथ साथ जुड़ी गिरमिट प्रथा पर जो नेशनल हॉलिडे है वो एक बहुत ही बड़ी कदम माननीय प्रधानमंत्री श्री रंबुका जी का है। भाइयों और बहनों, देवियों, सज्जनों, प्रोफेसर ब्रिज लाल के जितने भी यार दोस्त हैं, मैं देख रहा हूँ बहुत दूर दूर से लोग आज यहाँ पर उपस्थित हैं। मैं नेशनल फेडरेशन पार्टी के तरफ से, क्योंकि नेशनल फेडरेशन पार्टी के एक बहुत ही कट्टर समर्थक प्रोफेसर ब्रिज लाल थे, हम सभी के लिए वो एक सितारा थे, एक बुद्धि देने वाले व्यक्ति थे और हम सब उनकी जो मान्यता है, उनकी जो विचार है उसको स्वीकार किए। इसीलिए मैं नेशनल फेडरेशन पार्टी के तरफ से आप सभी भाइयों और बहनों को, विशेष करके तांबिया के सभी लोगों को, यहाँ के जो बनुआ के लोग हैं, मैं उनको विशेष धन्यवाद दे रहा हूँ। और आप सभी जिस भाव से आज यहाँ पर उपस्थित हैं, श्रीमती डॉक्टर पद्मा नारसी लाल का स्वागत किए हैं, उनको सम्मान दिए हैं, आप सभी को मैं विशेष धन्यवाद दे रहा हूँ। आप सभी को सुनने के लिए बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।